going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today was meant to be the day we played this game. Please can we get an F in the comments for respect. Now today we have some great info on a bunch of things, from the harm room / a training mode, a new Hulk suit, enemies with flamethrowers, how waves actually work, and just a bunch more. Most importantly, with it being May 15th though, please go ahead and share this video and drop a like so we can reach more Avengers fans to just hype up their day, and also show Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics that we are really just waiting on the edge of our seats here, waiting for them to drop something. And Square Enix have not said anything yet today, but something did happen. So they have a Japanese version of the Play Avengers Twitter account which tweeted this today. Now first off, it's something we did see on the English version of the Play Avengers Twitter account a long time ago, so I have no idea why these guys are so late, but I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was random and strange with it being May 15th and with them in general just being so late and deciding to tweet it today. But hey, we'll see what happens. Now also, you may have seen the fact that it has been confirmed that Square Enix are to hold individual game announcements instead of an E3 style event. Now just to clear this up, they are still doing the Summer Game Fest and the IGN event, but will more likely have their own live stream too. So I know there's been a confusion stating that these guys are no longer going to this event, but you can just see it as there's going to be 3 events now instead of 2, so 3 different events with new information, I'd imagine. Now to begin with, a few things you may have not known. So back in the E3 reveal, we saw Hulk with a beard, now which we have not seen any proper gameplay of since. Now that said, the games vs toys that were revealed do actually show a bit more here, and of course it is called the Outback Hulk. And also quite similar, we do have this that was leaked a long time ago, but worth showing if you have not seen, is the Stark Tech concept art, which I think looks amazing, like the Obsidian outfit too, which are probably my favorite as of now. Now before I continue more into the great info that has been dug up, just to quickly mention the whole hype behind Hawkeye as well. He is in the game 100%, as Bill Roseman did tweet this a while back, as you can see on screen. So maybe even the next trailer would be revealing Hawkeye, because I think that would really hype things up, because it's definitely in like the top 3 anticipated characters to be in the game. Now in yesterday's video we had a complete breakdown by Spoonzill on how this game is working in terms of free roam and war zones, etc. But one thing he wasn't sure about though was the harm room. Now I want to give a big thank you to another YouTuber who is called Always Nerdy, as he has dug deep and literally discovered something amazing which at least 90% of us completely overlooked without a single doubt. Now I always stress the fact that there is so much info for this game, but it's all just scattered around the internet in different types of interviews and of course people's experience from having early access to the game, etc, etc. But after this dude literally dug deep, he found some articles that reveal something amazing. So first off, we have a breakdown on this harm room that states the following. To break it down, in the game terminology, the harm room summoned waves of increasingly difficult enemies, and it had to survive all the waves. Unlike normal wave-based game modes, if you die during a specific wave, the game basically forces you to retry that wave specifically, but with the added benefit of full health. Another article does state as well that inside Square Enix showcased 12 new enemy types, including men with missile launchers, robots with energy swords, and toxic gas grenade men, and more. Now the 15 waves specifically we had access to were surprisingly tricky, as it basically got this person into trying to prioritize certain enemy types ahead of others. Now ultimately of course you ignore the demo's final enemy, which is the Dreadbot. Now he said that is basically the last thing standing. Now what's interesting here is that we have another article stating about the Kamala Khan gameplay and essentially this harm room as well. So the first one says that her elastic limbs felt dynamic in combat, allowing me to punch and kick enemies when I thought they were out of range. I found that Miss Marvel's stretching abilities came in handy when trying to get away from enemies, as I could reach out for a faraway ledge for example and easily grasp it and pull myself to safety. Now I wanted to point that out because of course a lot of people did speculate that after this that these harm rooms are going to be massive to begin with. It's not just a small literally like little room, and we're going to have different locations if that's going to be the case, which will of course ultimately have different final bosses, etc. Now we got a final article that's a really interesting one that says there were a couple of close calls, especially as the aim robots started to come in with specialized weapons like shields and shock batons. Fortunately, some enemies drop health vials after they're defeated, which kept me going until my healing power recharged. I was able to defeat the final boss, which was a giant robot with a flamethrower. Now, what do you guys think of this whole harm room situation and the whole training mode? I personally think it can definitely be big. I've seen a few comments on that video as well stating that if they actually use this for everyone just to go into a training mode and mess around with things, it could actually be very, very fun and very effective as well. But you guys let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Now, my thought to wrap up this video, we did make a video called Dear Avengers, which was consisted, I guess, of loads of your ideas, so I thought I'd pick out a few more comments that I see that I thought were pretty cool. So I want to start off with this one that says, it's not really a game mode, but I love to see a faction change. Playing as a villain would be dope. I definitely do agree with that. It would be really fun, and again, just makes you want to keep playing over and over again, which is very important with this game, as I'd imagine there wouldn't be a sequel for a very long time. We then have another comment that says, I'd like them to add an Avengers endgame battle like the last battle scene, and you can basically choose your hero. So flexibility is definitely something that I think this game should have and will have. I think would be very cool in general, though. Kind of linking it to movie scenes. Again, we don't know so much about the photo mode aspect, but that would be a great opportunity to get using that mode. And then the second to last one is that I would love raids like Destiny has. The raids could go off the campaign and maybe tease future updates. So interestingly enough, because the game is already being compared to Destiny as it is already in terms of the playstyle, I think that this could work very well. And again, it's a game that has to be very I don't know the exact word to describe it, but a game that is consistent of a lot of features that make you play it, that keep you playing it, because if there's not going to be a sequel for a long time and they're already talking about it being a game in general that you're going to be playing for a long time, there need to be things like this to keep people talking as well, and of course playing. Now lastly, this idea is a really simple one, but it's so cool, and it says there should be a way to call the Iron Man suit as in the movies or in some unique way, but we should be able to play as Tony and then somehow put the suit on at any time. So I mean, we've already seen some brief gameplay that you can actually be Tony. We don't know in terms of locations though. Is it going to be like when you're Peter Parker in Spider-Man, where it's purely just for certain I guess gameplay scenes, etc. But I think that would be a very neat feature. You guys leave your thoughts on all of this in the comment section below, and I just wanted to quickly discuss something that I've been getting a lot of questions about. First of all, something very exciting is about to happen relatively soon, okay? Relatively soon, as in I don't know exactly when, but just to quickly clear up something, if you haven't yet seen, I am going to be doing an exclusive Q&A with the developers for this game. So long story short, I was able to reach out to somebody in their team, etc. Now, the whole kind of gist of how it's going to go is it's going to be a Q&A that is purely based off your guys' questions. So I did make a video on that, of course, kind of clearing all that stuff up. But first of all, the big question that I keep getting ever since that video is, when is it going to happen? Now, I wish I also knew the answer to that. Unfortunately, all I was told is that they really want to do it, and of course it would be an exciting thing to do, but they will get back to me to get the questions at a closer date, basically, to the release date. Now, of course, with there only being a couple of months left, it could literally be in the next 30 days, it could be in the next 60 days, I just have absolutely no idea. But what I do know is that it's 100% going to be happening, so it's something to be excited for and something to look forward to in general. And the second that I'm able to hear back from someone on their team, which I would imagine would just be an email or something actually asking for the questions to be sent to them, I'll go ahead and make another video asking you guys to basically leave your questions below. And then the way we're going to be working with that is I'm going to kind of do it on a system where you have to vote up, you know, the questions that you think are the most important, or the ones that you want to know the answers to, and the ones that are the most popular, etc, are the ones that will get sent over. And the second part of that question is, I don't know how many questions they will be able to answer as well, but these are all little bits of information that I'm going to find out soon. So again, it could be in the next 30 days, it could be in the next 60 days, but it's happening, so just stay tuned, because the second I hear something, I will make the video asking for the questions, so don't feel like you guys are missing out on that. That's going to wrap up this video here. As always, thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and do not forget, there is a playlist that you can see on screen that is basically consistent of all the videos we have spoke about for this game, which have a bunch of info in there as well. So it's kind of like one hub for you to really get up to date. So check that out. Check out the recent video, and do not forget to subscribe. Until the next one, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day as always, and adios amigos.